I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like Daddy, Stacy, all of the Barbies is pretty. Damn, all of the Barbies.
Hey everybody, I'm on my way to go see the Barbie movie today. I got my Barbie glasses on and I am Barbified all the way today. And then I also have my Barbie purse that I got from Aldo. I'll do a what's in my bag on it and a review on that Aldo purse. I got my nails done and everything like that. So I'm gonna tell you guys how I enjoyed the film and everything like that. So please stay tuned. Hey, so we made it back home from watching the Barbie film today. What you think about it?
What I think about it?
Yeah.
It's just an okay film.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Steven thinks it's okay. Hey Millie, what did you think about the film? She's telling you guys to subscribe again. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I would say that too. Like it was okay. It wasn't the best film that I've seen this year so far, for sure. It's not the worst yet, because we're actually gonna go see another film, The Haunted Mansion, but that is for another video. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about Barbie. It wasn't what I expected. So like, I thought the Barbie movie was honestly gonna be a musical based off of like the trailer and like the dance sequences that I saw. He's playing with his watch. Stop making that noise. But anyway, if you guys seen it already, you know, just leave like a little pink bow in the comment section or something like that, so that way we know who has seen the film and who hasn't seen it yet. But what do you think, Ken?
No. The movie was okay. It was the most okay movie you'll ever see. Like, the jokes were fine. The story was just okay. All over the place, but just okay. That's the best way I can explain Barbie.
We're gonna spoil the movie. I'm gonna move you closer. Overall, I would just say that I saw different plots like set up for the movie. So there was like the mother and daughter not really getting along anymore because the daughter is a tween now and she's going into middle school / high school. I think was she going into high school?
She was 13.
She was 13, so she's in middle school. So it's just kind of like the awkward phase of life where it's like, I don't really want to hang out with my mom anymore. I don't really want to hang out with my parents. I really want to be cool and hang out with my friends because I'm at a different stage in my life where, you know, I'm easily embarrassed, or like I don't want to seem too out there. I just kind of want to fit in right now, which that makes sense. I mean, we all been there, right? I thought the movie could have been more about, actually, you know what, to me that could have been just a different kind of film. I don't even think that needed to be added to this film. I thought this film was about Barbie as a doll, and to me it really wasn't about Barbie as a doll. It seemed more centered around even Ken. Like it seemed like the movie could have been about Ken. It could have been called Barbie but been really about Ken. There was like a lot of issues with Barbie and Ken's relationship, as far as like them trying to figure out, okay, I'm Barbie by myself and you are Ken by yourself. The Ken was constantly trying to fit into Barbie's world. So it's like he felt like, well, who am I without you? Like, I'm supposed to be with you. We're supposed to be together. And that could have been the whole movie without even the mother and daughter relationship. The mother, in context, grew up with a Barbie doll, and so Margot Robbie as Barbie is the mother's doll, if that makes sense. And so the mother used to play Barbie with her daughter, and so now her daughter's getting older. You get what I'm saying. So there was that too. Was there another plot?
Besides Ken feeling important and then Barbie not knowing what she wants to do with her life, that was pretty much it. Like,
yeah, so I like how they started the movie off where it seems like everything is so perfect and so pink and so like, oh, we're all perfect and we're stiff, and you know, we have these colorful colors, and they kept repeating, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Ken, hi Ken, hi Ken. And I was like, I was kind of getting like over it, but I think that was the whole point, was is like we were supposed to be over this world. And then the real world, once they got to it, they saw it as like, oh, we have cellulite, oh, we get older. And there's a sequence where Barbie was in the real world sitting at a bus stop, and there was an older woman reading a newspaper, and she looked over at her after crying and just feeling emotions, I guess, for the first time that she's never experienced in Barbie world. And she told her, you're beautiful. And the older woman responded, I know, right? Or like, I know I am, or you have to know it, something. So I don't know what they were trying to allude to, but I wish they would have went deeper into that, because this movie was not about beauty standards alone. Like, it could have been about that. Honestly, wish they went more into that, because when America Ferrera's character, she's the mother in this movie, when she had her monologue about like women, what it's like to be a woman, I felt like that was very powerful. That was like the best scene in the film to me, compared to other scenes. Why, you don't feel that way? Why? What do you think was the best scene then?
It just felt pandering.
What do you mean?
Like, it just felt like it wasn't placed where it should have been. Like, you just, all of a sudden, now you want to talk about women's problems. Like, all of a sudden, it seemed like, and I'm like, whoa, hold on. Like, I get it. I do get it. But at the same time, it was just like, the way the movie was flowing, and kind of just, it was two movies into, that was like when the second movie, it felt like the second movie started. And
So-
just happened to be in the first one. So what I'm saying is, you know, at first you start off with her trying to figure out why she's having the feelings the way she's having. And then you find out, oh, this is how the mom is feeling. Oh, okay, well, she's missing her daughter. Okay, like, well, you would think the whole movie is just about them reconnecting, and then Barbie helping that, and talking about how Barbie connects generations to generation to generation. But no, then all of a sudden it's hard to be a woman again. And I'm like, okay, this could have been a movie from the start. Why did you even have the mother and the daughter? Anyways, so to me at that point, I felt like, all right, like, that was a little off right there. It seemed like, I'm not saying they couldn't have that scene, but I felt like that should have been the point of the whole movie to begin with. Not about a mother and daughter having issues. Like, the mother and daughter could have just been fine. And it was just the mother was just bored and wanted to have something different. And that could have been the whole movie. And then that scene would work fine. That scene would work perfectly with how the film was playing out. But they wanted to make it seem like the mother and the daughter, they can't get along and this and that. It's like, well, then why didn't they just have the movie end with the mother and daughter reconnecting and figuring out, like, yo, like, Barbie can be whatever we want it to be. Because that's basically the whole point of Barbie. But
then I think, like I said, the mother and daughter connection is a very good, I guess, plot idea for a film, but not for this one. Like, it should not have been incorporated into the Barbie film at all, because it's not about them. And if it is about them, it wasn't executed very well.
Oh, 100%.
Because, I mean, like, they're there as side characters, but they're not the main characters. But it seems like the film was trying to drive towards them being like the center and focus of this film. The focus was too much on everybody. It was on Ken, it was on Barbie, and it was on the mother and the daughter. You know, those are the main people that I felt like was the most important as far as like main characters. There was too many main characters. Now, the issue I had was really with like the gender. It felt like there was like a gender war in this film. It seems like, oh, the Kens versus the Barbies, and the patriarchy versus is it matriarchy? The way it was executed in this film was like, yeah, I could see that going on in the real world. But so Ken ends up taking over Barbie Land at some point in the film. But I think he did it out of like trying to get Barbie's attention that you weren't paying attention to me. This is why I took over your land. Not because he had like a good point. And then Barbie taking over her land again, Barbie land. Like it didn't show that let's both come together and make it our world. They said that briefly at the end where they were like, well, Ken, you're yourself. You need to be you without me. And it's like, I get that. But then why make it a war then? If it's not about Barbie being in her world and Ken living in it, and it's not about Ken's world and Barbie living in it, well then why even have this fight if that was the point in the message? That's all I'm saying. The gender fight was unnecessary. I think it just left a bad taste in my mouth, like on both sides.
It was very one-sided on both sides.
Yeah,
too. It wasn't like,
and nobody learned anything. I don't really think. What am I supposed to take away from this film? Like, as a woman, I could be anything I want to be, but I don't need a man either. Like I don't. but then we do need a man, and then we don't need a man. It's like I don't know what I'm supposed to learn, I guess. Like I always try to make sure I learn something from these films, that as far as the takeaways, I don't really know what I'm supposed to learn, because as far as I'm concerned, Barbie wasn't wearing pink anymore at the end. She wore yellow, and I don't know what yellow symbolizes, but I guess maybe she's gonna have a bright future. Maybe that's why, because when I think of yellow, I think of brightness, right? So like the movie ended with like a white screen, or like it faded to white at some point. So it's like, oh, it's getting brighter. Like your future's gonna be brighter soon. And she wants to choose the real world over Barbie Land. So that's kind of like I've seen this film before in Enchanted, right? Enchanted does that too, but
it does it better.
Enchanted does that better, where it's like, I don't want to live in this fantasy world anymore. I want to live in the real world and experience emotions other than just perfect happiness. So we've seen these types of stories before in movie history, but I'm just saying that with Barbie, she ends up that she wants to go see a gynecologist at the end, and I'm like, huh? Like, is that supposed to symbolize like I want to choose to be a woman? And I don't know what was going on, but I said enough, I guess. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's just, the movie was fine in itself. It would have been better if it just stuck to one thing. I felt like they tried to throw different darts at a dartboard and see what stuck, and see like, oh, that should be the movie. And then it's like, well, we don't want to do that anymore. We want to do this now. It's like, make up your mind.
What do you think? What plot would you have chosen, like the mother and daughter plot for this film, or would you rather just choose Barbie and Ken, as far as like the gender?
I think the mother and daughter plot would make more sense, because it would also basically kind of like Toy Story in a sense, where like it just basically make you reconnect with Barbie. Because I feel like that's the whole point of a movie. You want to reconnect with your childhood, with your nostalgia. So why wouldn't you want a mother and daughter not getting along, and then Barbie fixing it, like a life-size Barbie actually helping them figure out their lives, and then actually grow together, and then they pass it down to the next generation where they all play Barbie, because that's basically what happened in real life. Like, they could have made real life story into this movie and make it positive, but they just decided to do something different in the middle, out of nowhere. It seemed like I could be wrong. That's how it seemed like to me. It was just like, at first it was just them trying to figure out why are the mother and daughter not getting along, and then it's kind of like forgotten about. Then they just get along just for no reason. Like, they didn't squash no differences. They legit just started getting along. I was like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. So in the end, I think the mother and daughter plot would have been better if they just stuck to it or executed that, or just not have them there at all and just be about Barbie living in this world and she's kind of over it.
I think that if you guys want to go see Barbie, go ahead. It's not
Probably already
something.
seen it. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, like if you guys, or if you haven't seen it, and you were thinking about going to see it. I'm not gonna say like I recommend the film because I'm like, it's okay. It's not something that you need to go rush and go see. Is that it?
I'll only recommend it only because, in terms of, as long as they don't make a sequel to this.
They will. It always happens.
If they make a sequel to it, I feel like I should never recommended it. But I only recommend it in terms of you got just seeing it for the first time and then being done with it. So that's my verdict.
Well, I think I'm finished with my review. Do you have anything else to say?
No.
No? Okay.
I think I said enough.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on today's video. If you guys have seen Barbie, please let us know in the comments below. I'll swim with you guys later. This is Millie the Mermaid.